ICPC concludes investigation into Adeyemi, report said for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Hello and welcome to Starjaysmedia. Thank you for joining us. The investigation into one of Nigeria's most talked about public sector controversies may have reached a major milestone. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, popularly known as the ICPC, has concluded its investigation into Adeniyi Adeyemi, the man at the center of the alleged Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, known as the PFIPC. The development comes weeks after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ordered a comprehensive investigation into the matter following allegations that a government agency, which the presidency said does not officially exist, had been operating while presenting itself as a legitimate federal institution. We now examine what the Investigation Council uncovered, why the case has attracted national attention, and what could happen next. Background to the controversy. The PFIPC controversy became a major national issue after reports emerged that a body known as the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council had been conducting activities while claiming to be connected to the presidency. Questions soon arose over the legal status of the organization. The presidency later clarified that no such agency had been established by the federal government, raising concerns about how it allegedly operated and interacted with public institutions. As the controversy deepened, several allegations surfaced, including claims of forged appointment letters, the alleged use of counterfeit government documents, attempts to obtain official recognition, and the opening of bank accounts linked to the purported organization. These allegations prompted widespread calls for a thorough investigation to determine whether criminal offences had been committed and whether any public officials aided the activities. Responding to the growing controversy, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directed the ICPC to carry out a full investigation. The president instructed that the anti-corruption agency to identify everyone involved and ensure that anyone found guilty faced the full weight of the law. He also directed investigators to examine possible weaknesses within the government institutions that may have allowed the alleged activities to take place. The directive demonstrated the administration's determination to protect the integrity of public institutions and maintain public confidence in government operations. According to reports, the ICPC has now completed its investigation. The commission is said to be finalizing its reports, which will be submitted to President Tinubu in line with the deadline given for the investigation. Investigators reportedly questioned Adeniyi Adeyemi during the course of the inquiry. Reports indicate that an earlier interview was postponed because his legal representative was unavailable, but the interrogation later proceeded in the presence of his lawyer to ensure that due process was followed. The completion of the investigation marks an important stage in the case, although the content of the report have not yet been made public. Investigators reportedly examined several serious allegations during the inquiry. Among them were claims that forged government appointment letters were produced and used. Official documents were allegedly falsified. Bank accounts were opened using the names of government agencies. The investigation also reportedly examined claims that efforts were made to obtain diplomatic recognition and government support through documents whose authenticity has been questioned. It is important to know that these allegations remain subject to legal processes, and any determination of criminal liability will ultimately depend on the outcome of further official action or court proceedings. While the ICPC has completed its assignment, the National Assembly is also conducting its inquiry. The House of Representatives established an ad hoc committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding the PFIPC. Lawmakers are seeking answers to several important questions, including how the disputed council allegedly appeared in the 2026 Appropriation Act and whether any public officials played a role in facilitating its operation. The committee is expected to complete its report after concluding its hearings and reviewing available evidence. The PFIPC controversy raises broader concerns about governance, accountability, and institutional oversight. Public institutions derive their authority from the Constitution and the laws establishing them. Public institutions derive their authority from the constitutions and the law establishing them. Any organization presenting itself as a government agency without proper legal backing could create confusion, undermine public confidence, and expose citizens and investors to potential risk. The case also highlights the importance of effective verification system within government ministries and agencies to prevent authorized entities from gaining legitimacy. Analysts believe stronger interagency coordination, improved document verification procedures, and more transparent public records could help prevent similar situations in the future. With the ICPC investigation completed, attention now shifts to the presidency. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will receive the Commission's report and determine the next course of action based on its findings. Possible outcomes may include criminal prosecution where sufficient evidence exists, administrative action against any implicated public officials, or policy reform aimed at strengthening government oversight. Legal experts know that any prosecution must follow due process, allowing every accused person the opportunity to defend themselves before a competent court. The case has generated widespread public discussion across Nigeria. Many Nigerians have welcomed the investigation, urging that transparency and accountability are essential for strengthening democratic institutions. Others have called for the findings of the investigation to be made public so citizens can better understand what happened and how similar incidents can be prevented. Civil society organizations have also urged government agencies to strengthen internal controls and ensure that only properly established institutions operate under the authority of the federal government. In conclusion, as Nigerians await the release of ICPC report, the PFIPC investigation remains one of the country's most closely watched anti-corruption cases. Whether the report leads to prosecutions, administrative sanctions, or institutional reforms, its outcome is expected to shape future discussions on accountability, transparency, and public sector integrity. For now, the investigation has reached a significant milestone, but the final chapter will depend on the decisions taken after the report is reviewed by the Presidency and the relevant authority. Thank you for watching Starjaysmedia. Like, share for more news analysis.